I just caught my wife of 14 years, together for 17 years, cheating on me with her ARC Refreshments district manager for about 2 years now. Before I get into details, there is a backstory to all of this. I want you to get the full picture and decide if she had the right to deceive me or if I just paid off a debt that I had. In 2012, I took my wife to the hospital to have her tonsils removed. They gave me her things since she couldn't take them inside the operating room. Her phone kept buzzing and I took it upon myself to see who was bothering her. I read tons of inappropriate emails with another man at work. At the time, she was reading 50 Shades of Grey and called this man her Christian Grey, just like she called me. I was angry and wanted answers, but unfortunately she couldn't talk after the surgery. On the way home, I handed her a piece of paper with a pen so she could answer any questions I had. She wrote that it was just flirting. I grabbed our 2-year-old and a briefcase of clothes and went on a mini weekend getaway with my support crew, my best friend and his wife, to stay away from her for a while. When I returned, she informed me that she had deleted her email and it would not happen again. Several years passed, but I still could not come to terms with the fact that she betrayed me. I wanted revenge and felt that was the only way to move forward. I met a client who showed me some attention, we started texting, and while my wife was going out with her friends and partying, I was secretly leaving my son with his mom and going to see this woman. We began an affair, and I ended up falling in love with this other woman. After about 9 months, my lover told me that she was pregnant. The first thing that came to my mind was Usher's Confessions, and I decided to confess to my wife. She took it quite calmly, saying that she had an idea and that God was preparing her for this moment. I told her I wanted a divorce and wanted to start a new life with another woman. She said we could work things out if we went to church more often and got therapy from the pastor, and everything would be great. I couldn't refuse this. I broke the news to my pregnant lover, who thought we were about to start a new life together. The bad news was that we weren't going to do it. A few months later, I found out that my wife was now pregnant. The difference is 3 months. She wanted to feel more secure than the other woman, so she insisted that we have another child. It is now December 2014, and I now have 3 children instead of 1. It's been crazy, but I try to be there for all my kids. Now let's fast forward to the present time. My wife and I have had our share of struggles, but I truly love the way we are raising our beautiful children. I came to the point that I was faithful and committed to repairing our relationship. Sometimes I go out of town for work, just like she does. And I just found out that she has been having an affair with her boss for the last 2 years. Every evening after work, every event with colleagues, every trip to Porto, or on Valentine's Day to Lisbon, he was always there, warming her in her hotel room. That's how I found out. One evening she went out for drinks with her colleagues after work. I asked what time she planned to be home, and she said 9 p.m. 9 o'clock in the evening passed, and she was nowhere to be seen. I called her, but received no answer. Then I received a message with a photo of her coworker in which she said they were just grabbing a couple more drinks before leaving. It seemed strange to me that she could write to me, but could not call me. I enlarged the picture and saw where they were. I drove 45 minutes from home to look for her, and there she was, in a bar with her boss, and he hugged her. I walked over and they were both shocked to see me. She quickly said, "Bye," but I said, "Bye, but I just arrived." She replied that she closed the account and was leaving. I stayed with her boss. He was drunk and started telling me about his wife, how she doesn't pay attention to him, and how they do whatever they want. This was the first time I met this guy, and he got too personal. He asked me if I had ever caught my wife cheating on me, and I said no, but if I did, it wouldn't be very nice. He ordered another drink, and I saw my wife calling him several times. I found this very strange. During his drinking, he got up and went to what I thought was the restroom, but he actually left the bar. I went home and had a lot of questions for my wife. Her response was, "Sorry, I should have told you he was with us." I've never been the jealous type, and a friend told me to check my phone records. Oh God, my heart sank when I found out that she talked to him Monday through Friday after work from 15 to 30 minutes at a time. I showed her all the phone bills for the last 2 years, and she told me that after work she had reports to do and he needed those numbers to report to his boss. It was such a good lie. Keep in mind, she is not salaried and clocks in and clocks out. So, from an HR perspective, reporting after hours would be considered illegal. I needed proof of their conversations, but how? I decided to record their conversations. I'm not going to mention how I did it, but one day, I heard what was said, and my heart broke into a million pieces. She was talking to her cousin about how much excitement he brings to her life, and how it's not just about the sex, but how funny and stupid he is. She was saying how stupid I was to believe the calls at the end of the day were real. She said they would have to lay low for a while, but where there is a will, there is a way. Then there was a conversation between them where they talked about how much they love each other and how they make each other feel. Straight caught. I was furious, but didn't know what to do. Report to HR? My wife just got a promotion? Should I tell them it's because of her boss? I did the only thing I could think of. I contacted his wife. I did a lot of research, with the help of a good friend, of course, who loves drama. He contacted his wife through LinkedIn and waited for her call. She called and I told her everything I knew. We matched the dates and they had fun for a few years while we both looked like fools. We made a four-way call, but they denied everything. Even after the recordings, they both finally confessed. Now I have to ask myself, should I stay for the sake of the children, or should I leave because my debts for my misdeeds have already been paid? She begs me to come back, but I've moved and pick up the kids every morning to take them to school. She still works under him and vows that it won't happen again. But how can I believe this after 2 years of loving another man whom she let into her heart and into her bed? Is this my chance to leave her and start a new life, or should I stay so that my children grow up with an undivided family? Is there hope for this toxic, unhealthy marriage? Is it worth seeking to fire the district manager for his misconduct? What should I do next?